Several facets of Generation 2 changed everything about how we view Pokemon. It's, of course, the one that came after Generation 1, so there's a lot of changes to go over. But one of the most important ones that I think kind of gets overshadowed is something with Pokemon, but also with items, and that's being able to put an item onto a Pokemon. For instance, you go to the give option, you're like, hey, here you go, Dragonite, and now you now have a Dragonite that's holding a rare candy. For instance, this isn't that special. I mean, the only thing that you can really do that's really cool is, of course, trade it away and give a rare candy to somebody, whether it's yourself on another copy or just somebody else in general. But you can get interesting items that boost whatever you're trying to do. For instance, the amulet coins right here never melt ice, which powers up ice moves. In this generation is 10%, and we'll talk about eventually what changed with those. I have a sharp beak somewhere, but it also applies to some rare things in this game. Earthquake is a great example because it's not that easy to find, and so if I didn't happen to use it in this file, I'm like, but my other file could really use some good Earthquake users. I could just pop it on the Dragonite I want to trade, and I can send it on its way. Now, of course, there's restrictions involved and a bunch of other stuff, but it's a really neat feature, and it would be expanded upon as you went forward. Now, of course, you can't put key items, and you can't put HMs in general. It will showcase that just in case people are interested. You can't be like, ooh, let me put surf there so I don't have to get surf. That'd be really busted. But we can put some odd moves that maybe we won't have access to again onto the Pokemon and then trade it away. Or we could put our Master Ball, which I don't have, and we can trade that away. But also there's the more important one I haven't brought up, which is the experience share. Yes, experience all existed in Generation 1, but sadly it was miserable. It was not a great use of an item, plus it affected every single Pokemon, and you actually got lower experience. It was really haphazardly built, whereas this one, if I'm like, I'm gonna go grind my Zatu, you know, it's falling behind the rest of my team, even though I just use it for a fly, but I could put it on and I can go grind the Elite Four with Dragonite and catch it all the way up. It allows you to grind quite a bit of different Pokemon, and in fact, it's a really good idea if you're doing the Professor Oak challenge, for instance. It's also easily accessible in this game, which is really cool. So we can actually check out, I believe we should have one. Yep, there's quite a few Pokemon in here that we had to evolve through certain means. Though it looks like this is all the later ones. Let me see if I could find probably box 4. Let me see if I could find the harder ones to the experience share would have actually helped out. Because for the most part, once you get an attacking move, you don't really need the experience share, but it's still insanely useful to check it out. Okay, maybe I missed out. These are all singles. Oh, there's a Magneton. That took a little bit. Primate took a little bit. That didn't at all. You could catch that. So, yeah, Weezing took a little while. But overall, you could just see that the experience share alone is very helpful. And it goes along with held items being usable and a pretty cool feature. It's something we'll see come back and be changed over time. But here's when it ultimately started. And also, everybody knows the infamous held items that eventually become, or in this case, already exist in the form of leftovers. They started here, and eventually they'll evolve, pun, but here it's a very nice addition that adds a lot of flavor to otherwise kind of simple Pokemon.